Alright, what's up? My name's Eric Jordan.
I'm Anthony Sellers.
And this is
Browns in Our Blood.
Alright, thoughts on the Chargers game?
I'm just tired of talking about losing. Like, straight up. I'm tired of talking about losing. Like, losing efforts. It gets tiring to try to find positives. It really does. But there were some positives out of it. I think once Kaiser and Gordon get on the same page, the offense is really going to jump. Yep. Like, I think the next game or two is really, we're going to see a huge difference in our offense. So I'm excited for that. I am a little bit concerned about our run defense because ever since the Jacksonville game, they allowed 3.96 yards per carry, like just shy of 4. Most of them's been right, like they're allowing 4.25 yards a carry the last 3 games. So, and that's been since Ogba basically went out. They lost Ogba and Meter for a couple games.
Shelton went out last week.
Yeah. So.
And no Collins still. No Collins out.
Yeah.
For the year, right?
So yeah, I think losing Ogba more of an impact than what I thought it was going to.
Right. They said a stat during the game, like we were 5th in run defense though, or something like that.
Yeah, like we've been good, but like just the last few games have been 100-yard rushers. Yeah. Except Gordon and Eckler combined for just shy of 100. It was like 96, so they didn't allow a 100-yard rusher, but. Right. Given the attempts and the game flow, they still, like, the yards per carry was up there, giving them favorable position, basically, on 2nd and 3rd down.
And I think that's also because them hitting the wall a little bit. The losing wall, not just the regular season wall. The losing wall. Our teams ain't got to deal with that.
Yeah.
Just get tired of losing, like we're getting tired of talking about it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's starting getting hard to get up for games. So
it's definitely in their psyche.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely something mental there.
I wouldn't give that to all players. There's certain players I think just love to play. Right. They gonna show up because they just love to play. Some players, winning means something to them, and a bunch of losers could probably affect their play a little bit.
Yeah.
I got some thoughts on the Chargers game. I'm feeling pretty damn good. I'm feeling pretty damn good. I like what I saw. I really like what I saw. Like how we came out the bat, feed and flash. Just feed and flash. I love it. If some of them passes were more accurate. Pat McMahon from ESPN, he wrote about it. Josh Gordon could have had almost 200 yards if the passes were accurate. I know I saw about 3 touchdowns. The ball was put in the right place.
I think that just comes down to play.
Yeah. Well,
game, experience with each other. They don't have that chemistry. Yeah. That's all that boils down to.
Well, that's what
it's their first game together.
That's what I'm getting at. That's what I saw. That's what I like. Make room for timing. But for the first game, the opportunities that showed, did you see that? Flash, they can't handle Flash. Flash came back and they can't handle it.
Yeah, and then Njoku's touchdown was because the safety was on Gordon's side of the field, cheating over there.
I thought I saw some more design run plays for Kaiser.
There were a couple, yeah.
Yeah, so a couple more design draws, and like he just go back like he was dropping to take off running. Man, you put that with Josh. I'm sorry. If y'all can't see it coming, I see it coming. Kaiser is joke. Now we'll get to Kaiser because I'm probably 10% more in than I was last week, but I'm not 100% in. Let's say I'm 75% in on Kaiser. I like what I saw though. I like what I saw because Kaiser, Gordon, and Njoku, and Duke, man, dude. And let me say it right here. We get our first win this week. I know we say that every week, but I'm dead serious. This week versus Green Bay, we get our win. Watch that offense take off this week. On the defensive side, I think it's really hurt us with the defenses. Our DBs are just inexperienced, except for, well, McCourty who played forever, but.
Yeah, McCourty and Jamar Taylor's been in the league. This is his 5th year now. So
yeah. I guess I'm talking about Peppers.
And Kendrick's only in his 2nd year.
Yeah, I said Njoku, but I'm not giving him enough credit.
He was past month. He's rated as the 6th best run blocking tight end in the NFL.
He has the most TDs for any Browns rookie tight end ever. And we got the great Ozzie Newsome that played for us. So that says a lot. Yeah,
it does.
Yeah,
he's got a lot of potential. I think they found ways to kind of limit his blocking stuff since that one where he gave up that big hit on Kaiser that one week. I think they've found ways to kind of steer him away from the blocking a little bit more and be more involved as a passer. So I think that might be why he's rated that high odds from Pro Football Focus the last month.
He's a playmaker.
Yeah,
he's a legit playmaker.
And I like that they had him split out wide on his touchdown.
Yeah.
Like he was split out as a as a receiver.
Right.
So.
And it seems like him and Kaiser chemistry is there.
Yeah, it's been there.
It's there. It's there.
Yeah, and the balls that Kaiser throws in Njoku are pretty much on the money to where it's going to be either he gets it or it's incomplete.
Mm-hmm. Now
and
he gets.
I think that's where I think that's going to come in with Gordon. Like, give him another game or two, and then it'll be a lot closer. And that's what I'm thinking. I've seen a lot of improvement in Kaiser's accuracy myself personally.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think that is attributed to the turnovers, which he doesn't have as many of in the second half of the season.
Right.
Which is something that me and my dad were talking about through text message the other day.
If his timing with Gordon gets like it is with Njoku, y'all gonna see some overnight-ish. It's gonna be like, wow, who's this squad? His decision-making, Kaiser's decision-making. I'm hoping that that's something that can develop. That don't always develop. That don't always translate.
Yeah.
Those last couple of plays on that last drive, man, the sack he took.
The sack and the fumble.
I
think he should have just taken off instead of once he started backpedaling. He shouldn't have started backpedaling. He should have just took off and got whatever yards he could, and then got up to the line and made another quick play.
Yeah.
That's what they should have done in my mind.
Yeah, I agree. But I tell you, Kaiser definitely won some points for me, and I'm on the Kaiser bandwagon. I mean, please don't get it twisted. I'm not saying we don't go with Kaiser. I'm just saying I'm not positive he is that guy yet, but he is the best guy I've seen in a long time wearing that Browns and playing that position. Game planning for the next upcoming games. I think we just stay on course. I really like last week's game plan, which basically was feed Josh. I do think we have abandoned the run, which you've been saying for a while, but I think it's really now. And I see now why. You got Josh Gordon. What I saw last week with Josh Gordon and Njoku and Kaiser, you got to invest into that. You got to invest in that. And the only way you get that is with reps. I'm serious. It's the potential of that is incredible. It's incredible. So I'm with that. So I'm with just stay the course, man. Just stay the course. I like the way it's going. The defense, I don't see that happening overnight. I think there's going to have to be some personnel moves, or we're going to have to wait for development, like off-season development, to see for like the DBs. I'm basically, when I talk about defense, I'm talking about the DBs. But I like our backers. I like our front line.
Yeah, I think we have a lot of depth in the front seven of the defense.
Yeah,
we have a lot of depth there. I think it's just the cornerbacks, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
The cornerbacks and like a safety.
Yep. And they don't play bad the whole game. It's just, somewhere down the line,
they're inconsistent.
Exactly. And it's too important of a position to want to win and be inconsistent.
I do want to see him be a little bit more aggressive. Stop playing the safety so far deep. Like Jabril, he needs to be up around the line of scrimmage more instead of just playing that Halo Angel type position. I would like to see more of a feature back setup rather than keep interchanging them. The way they both play, I think it's really hard to do that.
Talking about Crow and Duke?
Yeah.
We had to feed one of the two. I'd be like, feed Crow. Because it's a pounding. If we pounded it like you've been wanting us to pound it, Crow could put a beating on those kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He could put a beating on them. And, about pounding.
I do think somehow, Duke always tends to fight for more yards than what Crow does.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things, they're both different styles. They're just two different styles. So, biggest offseason acquisition that we should make.
DBs. DBs. We need a stud. We need a stud back there, a shutdown. And who's the big free agent? Is Tremaine Johnson?
Yeah, he's been franchise tagged the last 2 years, so they're probably not going to do that again. I don't know if they've extended his contract or not.
I doubt if he comes to Cleveland. There's going to be a lot of people who are going to want him.
I don't know. I mean, he played on the Greg Williams scheme.
Did it? That's true. That's true. I just think our defensive backfield, we need a stud back there. I mean, a stud, like a Rhodes.
Yeah.
Stud, shut down. Peterson, shut down.
Darrell Reeves back in the day.
Yeah, shut down.
You could just leave him on an island and be done.
Yeah, we need one of those.
I agree. I had veteran QB, and I put quarterback as well, or safety. I would be interesting, Terrell Pryor, as a wide receiver, because
I heard you say that before.
He's on IR for Washington, and he's only signed a 1-year contract. He was out of favor in Washington by the third week.
Don't take that bump back.
What?
Overrated.
He liked playing for you, man.
He liked it so much that he left.
That was more of an agent thing.
Yeah, whatever.
I think it'd be interesting because if you put Pryor with Gordon and Coleman and Njoku, Johnson. It provides a lot of interesting, and we need depth at wide receiver.
We do.
I mean,
he'll probably be cheap too.
Exactly.
He'll probably be real cheap.
Exactly.
I can see that. I jump on that boat. Y'all know how I feel about the Packers. I told you at the beginning of the show. How do you feel? What do you think we need to do to beat the Packers?
I think we need to shorten the game. Yeah. So
Mm.
find a way to control the clock. I don't care if it's through the passing game, through the running game. Just control the clock, because like most of the games, we're on the shorter end of that stick. Most teams have the ball for more than 30, 35 minutes against us. Yeah. So, and it happened against the Chargers this week. They had it for 35 minutes. I do like that they limited penalties, and I think they need to continue that. You know, they only had 4 penalties this week. I think they need to continue that one. And defensively, I think they really need to focus with that run game because of what I said at the beginning, what they've done the past 3 games. The way Green Bay's doing their stuff now, like their offense, it's basically one running back. They're not really doing a committee. That Jamal Williams, their rookies, had 200-yard games.
Yeah, you helped me win a couple. You had me win a couple leagues, couple fantasies this Sunday, Jamal.
I want to see Hundley confused by the pressure that we bring. Yeah. He's had one outlier game that's been a good game. Everything else has sucked for him.
I think he's had the last 2 games have been pretty good. I think the last 2 games were pretty good. They didn't get to win the game before this one, but he had them in it to win it.
Yeah, and but this game he only had like 80 yards passing on he was like 13 on like 25 or something.
We beat Green Bay this week. We beat Green Bay. Natural progression and time takes over with Kaiser and Gordon, which makes Gordon's making everybody play better. The playmakers are seeing a playmaker show up, and then they want to play make too. So Njoku and Duke, watch this Sunday. Watch. And I would have been right on my 170 yards if the timing would have just been better. But it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
You best believe it's coming. I think it's really going to be this Sunday.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But the fact that you said about opening up for everybody else.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
You can feel it. You can feel it on the first play.
You can feel it and sense it, and that's something that my dad said he noticed too when he watched the game. Was that you could just see that it opened, like having Gordon on the field opened things up for everybody else.
Yeah, on the first play of the game.
Yeah,
actually the first play of the game. Flash. Ah!
And if you actually watched that play, it was like even though the pass was behind Gordon, it was kind of in a right spot for him because there was a defender right there. If he throws it ahead, the defender could have picked it.
Yeah.
Granted, that doesn't make up for the other 4 or 5 that he, the overthrows and the 1 or 2 underthrows that he had.
But I'm cool with that. The fact that they're taking the shots, the fact that they're focusing
Which is
on
something
it.
They've done all year.
Yeah.
They haven't been afraid to let Kaiser just throw and take those deep shots.
But dude, it looks so different with Josh out there. Cause one, he's definitely a step ahead of everybody. Still, I mean, he came in. He looked like he just took off right where he left off, man. And that wasn't no little weak corner defending him either.
No, one of the best in the league.
One of the best in the league. So, man, let's get the popcorn. Like I said, get the popcorn popping. Get it popping. We about to do it, baby. Oh yes, let's talk about Fanduel. Let's talk about Fanduel. Let's get to it. You know why? Because I won. I won it this Sunday. I'm not.
You did?
Yeah, I won it this Sunday. I won Browns Not Blood this Sunday. I got mischievous at the last minute with Russell Wilson.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Overall standings. B-hyphen, you're still in the lead by 30 points, and he's down about 80.
And who's that in second place? MZAP?
MZAP's in second place, about 30 points behind, and then you about 80 points behind, and then it's me about 300 points behind.
Yeah.
So.
He says Gary to play because it's $2. You don't want to play in the little $2 league. MZAP, come on, man, contact us, man. You doing pretty good in this league, and you ain't saying nothing, man. We want to hear some more about you. We need to do like a little segment on you. Go in there and shoot at your house and at your job and your wife and kids and.
I don't know about all that.
I'm just saying, like an ESPN short for the vlog. Be like, MZAP, he's been having a pretty good year. Look at him. He drives his Honda Accord to work. I don't know if that's what you drive. I'm just talking.
But anyways, if you want to join the league, still a few weeks left to play.
If you don't mind playing for $2.
The link will be in the description.
You don't like playing for the measly $2 that Gary Wolf was talking about in his fantasy football. We're doing a little crossover right here, right now.
Yes.
We got this fantasy football bosses podcast that this guy and his partner Gary does, and then we do our football vlog, which automatically makes it better because it's video or audio, so it's automatically better. We got some trash talking going on, and we all.
I'm in the middle.
You're not in the middle. You are not in the middle. No, you're not in the middle. If you listen to the other podcast, you won't say he's in the middle. He's a Benedict Arnold. He's a traitor. Don't ride. I see where his loyalty is. That's why I had to call both of you out, fantasy football bosses, because we always talking about gridiron, but we never talk about the other league that all three of us are in. And you know what the standings are for the three of us in that other league?
I'm out of the playoffs. I'm an 8th.
Yeah, you're an 8th.
Yeah.
And your partner bum, he's what, 7th?
I have no idea.
I do. He's in 7th place. He's in 7th place, 1 game out of playoffs. Do you know where I am? 2nd. So y'all can have your little gridiron league. I'm busting both of the fantasy football buster bosses in the other league. And I won in this league. And Gary's too scared to play. He was too scared to play in our Browns and our Blood Fanduel league. Come on, man. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Ooh, it would have been awesome if the Steelers would have lost this. Ooh, I was like, oh man, I could give them a triple. I could give them the fan. I could give them the other league. I can give them the Browns and the Blood, and then the Steelers lost with the Steelers. But make sure you check out Fantasy Football Bosses. It comes on every Thursday. It's a great podcast. Man, you killed me with that Mike Evans prediction, though. I swear, I went from Mike. I had, who did I have on that thing? I changed them, and I shouldn't have changed them.
Yeah, I missed on that one.
Yeah, you missed on that one.
I missed on that one.
You actually,
I'll admit it. I'll admit it. I missed. But when you go by the game logs,
he's been sucking all year. I can't believe he talked me into. He's been sucking all year.
4 of the last 5 games, he's had over 10 targets, and then 3 of those 5 games, he had over 6 receptions.
Can we keep this in fantasy points, please? We're talking fantasy points now. We're not talking about real yardage and catch stuff. We're talking about fantasy football. He's like 8, 9 points fantasy football. That does not do it for Mike Evans. He's too expensive. Getting for 9, 10 points.
I got nothing on it.
Yeah, you got nothing.
The thing is, though, like when all the fantasy points are based off of stats.
I'm gonna tell you the one that really hurts. I got knocked out playoffs on this call, off your prediction.
My prediction. Mine.
Y'all ready for this?
Was it my prediction?
Yes. You said Mike Evans was gonna ball, and I was like, really? And you was like, yeah. And y'all even commented in Twitter about it.
I did.
And for Mike Evans, I said Tyreek Hill. Yeah, Mr. 30 points in fantasy. That's who I said this week for Mike Evans.
Tyreek Hill's been sucking the last few weeks.
But this is the first time I said him. And I said him only really because I thought Mike Evans and James Winston was going to have this uncanny Return of the Jedi chemistry that didn't happen. It was the same Mike damn Evans that's been all year. Fantasy football bosses. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm in 2nd place in my league, and I'm listening to a 7th and a 9th place guy.
Except for the one that we all pay attention to. Me and Gary are in the playoffs at Gridiron.
I'm in the playoffs in the other league. You guys are not. I think so. Like it's just a standoff. And it's 2 against 1 too. So I should get I'm like taking on 2 guys at once. Pause. This is what I'm gonna say. We tied. So ain't no winning nothing. All right, Gary, because we already went through this once, Gary. We already went through this once when we both played on the same day on both leagues, and we tied there. So we're gonna be tied here. You can always check out Browns of Our Blood on my YouTube channel, Monstalung Soundvizion. We also put it up on Facebook, which is also under my Facebook page, Monstalung. You can check that out. And make sure you check out Fantasy Football Bosses. That's on Mixcloud, iTunes, anywhere you can find streaming audio. You check them out, and they'll give you their wrap-up of their fantasy football, our fantasy football league, the one league they cover. Because it's kind of...
No one talks in the other league.
Well, I'm just saying, y'all in 2 leagues, but you only cover 1 league. Oh, and by coincidence, it's the league that you're doing good in. Oh.
No, nobody talks in the other league.
I'm talking right now. Number 2 guy in 2nd place in the other league is talking right now. That's it for us this week. My name is Eric Jordan.
I'm not Eric Jordan.
That's Anthony Sellers. And this is Browns in our blood. Green Bay, the real first win. The real first win this week. I know we say it every week, but this is it. This
4
is
and 12. Here we come.
Here we go. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go.